glad to have you here on the program, Mike. When did you first meet Tony Dungy, Mike?
I first met Tony in 2004. We played a preseason game in Japan, and I had the chance to meet him briefly, and we talked and spoke for a second, and that was that. But it was something about him that I really found interesting. And I really wanted to know about him, but I didn't have enough time to talk to him. But it was it was a formal meeting, and it was real cool. I thought
So
he was a great guy.
what does Tony Dungy mean to you then, right now, as you and I are sitting here?
Tony Dungy means the world to me. Without him, I probably wouldn't have been able to think as clearly as I've been able to over the last 6 or 7 years of my life. And when my thoughts were pervasive and all over the place, he helped me to see things straightforward and understand the true values of life and family and what it was all about. And I kind of took it in stride, and I was very appreciative, even still to this day.
So what I guess did he tell you specifically that really resonated with you in a manner that what people might have been telling you over the years never really did in that manner?
Well, the thing I really took from him was that my actions speak louder than my words. It's easy to say the things that you're thinking and that you want to do, but it's another thing to go out and act it out. And when he said that, I always thought that old cliche was meaningless, or people say it just to say it. And when he said it, when we were sitting in Leavenworth, I just felt like it resonated at the time. And I wanted to go out and put my plan into action and not talk about it and be about it. And I was able to do that. And I wanted to make those things happen in order to make him proud and let him know that I wasn't just sitting there talking with him, that I was listening.
Mike Vick joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show, talking about Tony Dungy as he's about to go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. How many times did Coach visit you in Leavenworth, Mike?
He came and visited me once, and that was about all I wanted. I was in a bizarre place that I never thought I'd end up, and for him to come there, travel, 2,000 miles, almost across the country to see me, really meant a lot. And I wanted to, let my presence be felt as well as his. And I was just thankful to be in that place. I tell you what, I walked away feeling as if I had a new life, and I had, more support and people who was going to, try to help guide me in the right directions as I made my exit post-incarceration. And those memories I will never forget. That time I will never forget. And, it'll always be a vivid memory in my life. And, I'm just thankful that I had him, at the right time when I needed him.
Why do you think Tony Dungy did what he did for you?
You know what? Prior to this interview, I was thinking about, why did Coach stick his neck out for me? A man with such great spirit, and, in a situation like that, not everything to lose, but, scrutiny that could come behind it. I think it was just, in his heart, and he didn't have to be there for me. I knew instantly once he wanted to come visit me and, take on the responsibilities of, helping me, move forward in the right direction, that, it was going to be some pushback. But, with a guy like Tony, who's going to push back on him? He embodies everything that I think every man who grows up with the right priorities and morals and values want to have. And, he's an inspiration to me. He's a role model. And, if I can continue to follow in the footsteps that I'm following in now, that I'm walking in, I'll continue to be, a man like Tony Dungy. So, that he's my inspiration.
And he's going in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's getting a bust. Immortal. It's unbelievable.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Hey, look, thanks for the call. Appreciate you sharing your thoughts about Coach Dungy. And you hook up with the team. Love to chat with you in either way.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mike. You bet. That's Mike Vick.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.